As an artist, I look at the world in a different light. As an artist, I look at everything in a beautiful form. I look at everything as peace and mercy, grace and power. I look at everything through the prism of love. And I can truly say that everything on the face of the earth is beautifully born. It is made up of elements in which the palette of God had to use was each and every element to create a masterful element. And that masterful element is you and I. You and I have become more than just human. We have become the human element with the right of birth, of things that no other inventions, creations, or beautifully born things can have. We are the birthright of love, the birthright of truth, the birthright of justice. We have the birthright of power and authority. We have the birthright of faith. We have the birthright of will. We were beautifully born. We was given a chance to become something greater, something better, something nothing else in this world could be. Conscious, awake, able to see and do, able to build with our hands, able to dream with our minds, able to love with our hearts, and inspire with our souls. We were beautifully born. Born to change the way life is operated, the way life is lived. We are the architects of our own story. We can make them form full of drama, or we can make them form full of love. We can be comical. We can be the hero. We can be the villain. We can be anything that we choose to be, because we are the architects of our life. God has allowed us to be able to move into realms that no man has been able to move into. That is the price that the Lamb paid for us to be able to do. Transform into anything. To be a human element that can be more precious than gold, that can be more precious than diamonds and platinum, more precious than silver and emeralds and sapphires. We are the precious elements that outweigh every element of this earth, because we have a conscious mind to decide what we choose to be and what direction we choose to go in. We were beautifully born. Each given a soul. Each given a dream etched in their minds of where we must go next, of what we must do next. We were powerful. We are powerful. We will remain powerful. For in the stories from ancient times to now, we, the human element, has always been powerful. Our will has always been our own. Whether we choose to follow God or follow the enemy, we've always had the path laid before us. Our faith dictates more than what we believe. It dictates how we react, how we respond to things in life as life begins to change. We have made a conscious decision to be either divine or the beast. We are half divine and half beast. Our flesh is deadly, but our soul is so powerful that it can heal, it can experience things that the body cannot even explain. We can transfer our minds to planes of different worlds. We can dream a powerful dream, whether a nightmare or a dream of hope and love. We can decide for ourselves where we go. We can decide for ourselves what we build with our life. Our hands are either weapons or master creators, creating anew something different, something bold, something grand. We have the power to do that before the God who loves us the most. We can build a temple out of our bodies and our minds and our souls unto God. Or we can turn our backs on God and do evil deeds, do shameful things, be the villain of the story of life. But each one of us have a life. Each one of us have light in us. Each one of us carries a spark of inspiration. Each one of us has the control to be a hero among the world. We was beautifully born. Born special. Called great. Because we stand in the likeness of greatness. We stand before greatness and perform our acts as if we are before the King now. We play out our story. No one knows how our life will end, but we know how it begins, and we know what we have written and what we have directed and what we have acted out. Because it's our story. Whether we have allowed other characters to come into our story and destroy us is up to us. Whether we allow other people to come in and stir up drama and gangs and fear is up to us. But we have been beautifully born like a new lamb. Now we can offer up our souls to God because we know it belongs to Him in the first place. Or we can reject God all on our own and say that this is not for us. For even the atheists worship God without knowing. They may not believe in the word God and the institution of God, but they still follow a right and wrong path. They still do deeds either right or wrong. My philosophy is that you can walk up into a tree and begin praying, and you are praying to God because God is everything that is living. You can speak your heart's desire because God is within the realm to hear it. So you can say that you don't believe in God because of Christianity is not your thing, because being a Muslim is not your thing, because being a Jew is not your thing, because being Buddhist is not your thing, being a Mormon is not your thing, being Catholic is not your thing. And you will be right, because if you look at the history of these religions, they have caused so much pain and persecution upon themselves because they leave their hands unpure. They have done dirty deeds in history, and it is in the history books to be read and debated on. The Christians murdered the Muslims because they refused to convert to Christianity. So there's blood upon the hands of Christians. And the Muslims fought back, so there's blood upon the hands of Muslims. And the Catholics serve no purpose for their deeds of trying to sell rights to heaven using money. Of course, most of these religions cleaned up their act, but the blood stains are still there. Even till now, the stains of each religion, their hands are bloody. For each child they did not save from abuse, or rape, or murder, or genocide. We carry that blood-stained pain with us when we carry the title of a religion. So I understand the minds who don't believe in religion, but I still remind you that there still is a God, that there still is a spiritual force that watches over us, that allows us to speak with authority, that allows us to use our birthrights to do the things that we do, to serve the God that we love. We were beautifully born. Our story is beautiful in nature. Out of all the things that God created, He put a soul inside man. He put consciousness inside man. He allowed us to be able to tell if our shirt is red or black, if that's a cat that we see or a dog. He has given us words to master, to be able to speak in the languages that we do. He allows us to pray as we choose to. He allows us to dine at the table of divinity. He allows us to be a part of those who are immortal. The part of us that will go down written in the history of time. He's allowed us to touch hearts, minds, and souls. For they and their hearts have our names written upon them. Because we have brought change to their lives. We have brought hope to their lives. We were beautifully born. We was beautifully created and masterfully made. That we don't even stop to think about our hand movements and our foot movements and the things that we say and the way that we love and the way that we talk. We are responsible for our truths and how we expel our truths. We are held responsible for our morals and our ethics. What we choose to do in life, whether good or bad, we are responsible for our own acts. We are responsible for the weight of the day. Whether we carry it upon our backs or allow the angels to be merciful enough to carry the weight for us. Whether we get bogged down into drama or uplifted into inspiration and peace. Whether we have faith or whether we decide that we do not believe in faith. Some of us believe in karma. So we live a karmatic destiny type of life where we know when we give good, good shall return to us. When we give bad, bad shall return to us. It all depends on how we live our lives. Some of us live a mixed life where we are more than one belief. Where we believe in all beliefs. That there's something in everything. That God is that powerful. That He transforms Himself in all religions to be known as God. To be known as a hierarchy in the kingdom of heaven. We use different things in our lives that we have no idea where they came from. Like the months of the year come from the Greeks. The days of the week come from the Greeks. Most of the language that we speak is Latin. That our words have been simplified so that our language will be simple. English is a simplified way of speaking, allowing other languages to be deceased, to die off. We use philosophy in a lot of what we say and do. Philosophy holds our economy, our governments together. And we owe it to Socrates and Aristotle and Plato for giving us most of what it is to be a society. Or we may stand outside of society and say that we are outcasts. And I will say to you and submit to you that in the Bible, every person God has chose was an outcast. Not a member of society. Not worship, not praise. but one that was feared,
considered the undesirable. But we have made our way into the 21st century. And now is the time for us to stand as who we are and what we are. We were beautifully born. We learned how to walk and talk and eat. And we learned this from our parents, or our grandparents, or our aunts and uncles. We formed our beliefs based on what their beliefs have been. But it's time now for you to find your belief, for you to find your dream, your road of destiny, your belief in destiny. We were beautifully born. Out of the ashes, out of the dust of the earth, we have come. We have come as a people, not as one. We come all together as one. We must begin to believe in ourselves again, believe in our story again, remake and remold our story, be the architects of the day and the night. We must be the lighthouse of all mankind. Because we are beautifully born. We are the children of God. We are the sons and daughters of the living God. We are our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper. We speak for the voiceless. We are the change that we want to see. We are the change and the desire of a new nation. The children of destiny. We are the role models of generations that are being raised right now, looking for hope, looking for truth, looking for someone to dare to care about them, dare to believe in them, dare to inspire them. And we must rise to the occasion. We must once again have that rallying cry that we are there, we are here, we are alive, we do believe. For we are the light that they look upon out of the wilderness, trying to reach to see the dawn of a new day. We are what they're fighting for. We are the giants that stand before the multitude. We are the answer to their questions. Whether having faith does something. Whether love is pure and free. For they believe they must pay a price to have love in their life. It is our job to let them know that love comes with no price, but it is free. For love is a gift, a birthright, and not a gift for the popular. We were beautifully born to be able to give a message of hope, to give a message of desire, for the passion and the grace of God. We were beautifully born to do God's work.